Freshwater Fishery Society of BC, Go Fish BC on Shaw TV with your host Brian Chan from the Freshwater Fishery Society of BC. Go Fish BC is brought to you in part by Freshwater Fishery Society of BC, River City Marine, and Surplus Herbies.
Welcome to this week's episode of Go Fish BC on Shaw TV. Today I'm with Al Belhumer, a good angling friend of mine, and also Al's in the tackle industry, so he knows his gear. We're on the big part of Deka Lake today, just off Highway 24 in the Inner Lakes area. A mecca for freshwater fishing, certainly in the province. So Al, targeting lake trout, we're using the downriggers today. What kind of gear and tackle do we like to use to catch these guys? And how big did they get in this lake?
Well, they got one through the ice in the winter here that was 35 pounds. So you kind of got to gear your tackle around some larger fish. There's lots of smaller ones in here, but they're definitely a predatory fish. So they're looking at big flashy lures, big things to eat. They also like to eat kokanee. They like to eat small rainbows, that kind of stuff. So we kind of gear our tackle around that.
So let's take a look at some of the lures
I got a
we
few
might
here.
use.
Familiar, very staple product that's been used in BC for years, the flatfish.
Yeah.
Right, been around forever, different sizes. There's a couple different ones. Depends how optimistic you want to get. Something like this that, like a big T60.
That's a mouthful.
Yep, you bet. Looks like a rainbow trout though. If you want to catch big fish, you need big bait.
Yeah. And are they typically deep in the water column, or does it vary?
Typically the larger ones are right near the bottom.
The downriggers are really effective because we can control the depth and stay in the depth.
Absolutely. There's shells. You watch your depth finder, and it comes up to 60 feet. You can bring your downrigger up to then and then down to when it drops off to 150. You can just fish the whole contour line. Another way is you can use divers, like a dipsy diver or a deep six diver. A little harder to tell how deep you are there, but you can tell by how much line you let out.
Oh, he fell off. That was a nice lake trout. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, what a grab! That's getting a little bit bigger.
Spots. You notice the spotting more in that one.
Yeah. So Al, the other lakes in the area with Lakers.
Yep.
In Inner Lakes, which lakes have got them?
So First Lake has some, which is right next door to this one. Horse Lake is known for a lot of very large lake trout. I think there's also some in Bridge Lake.
Bridge Lake, yeah,
absolutely.
So that's great. Well, I appreciate you spending the time on the water on Deka today. We've learned lots. Hope the viewers have learned a little bit about lake trout fishing as well as kokanee fishing on a bigger water body. And we look forward to seeing you next week on another episode of Go Fish BC on Shaw TV. Thanks, Al. Oh, he's gone. That's the 11th hour fish. Perfect, guys.
Go Fish BC on Shaw TV has been brought to you in part by Freshwater Fishery Society of BC, River City Marine, and Surplus Herbies.